Assalamu alaikum, little friends. Welcome back to Islamic Kids National. Before we dive into this video, I'd like to make an important announcement. Coming soon on our channel is a very special educational kids series, similar to our previous and current series, A Hadith a Day. This was in high demand by many of you when we posted our poll on the YouTube community page, asking for your video suggestions. So because you want it, you'll have it. So stay tuned because the first episode will be airing very soon, inshallah. Now, back to the video. What will we be learning today? Well, we are learning a very important and very fun topic. We are going to learn what is halal and what is haram. These are two words that you may or may not have heard before. And today we are going to dive into why these two small words are so important in Islam. So, without further ado, let's get into it. To start with, what is the meaning of the word halal? Well, halal means something that is allowed or permissible in Islam. Something that we are allowed to eat or do. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala permits us, allows us to do it, according to the Quran. Think of it like when you follow rules at school. You only do what the teacher tells you to do, because that is the right thing to do. Anything that is halal is good for us and pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He will always be happy with us when we obey Him. Food, like fruit, and milk and cheese, and dairy items like eggs, are all halal, of course, because they are naturally sourced foods. They are brought to us by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so they are foods we can eat. But when it comes to meat, we have to be careful, because not all meat is halal. We will look into this more, of course, after we learn the meaning of the word haram, because then we can dive deeper into what it means. Haram is the opposite of halal, which goes to say that haram means something that is not allowed or is forbidden in Islam. It's like breaking the rules at school, which is very, very bad. Just like how breaking the rules at school makes your teacher upset, doing or eating something that is haram makes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala very upset. And we don't want that to happen. Never ever. So that is why we refrain from doing anything haram, always. So let's go back to the meat question, because you may be curious. Why is all meat not halal? Well, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created some animals for us to eat and some not to eat. For example, we can eat chicken, but only if it is certified to be 100% halal. Certified meat is slaughtered the Islamic way, which is when we say Bismillah beforehand. So not all chicken is halal, which is why we should always make sure we look for the halal certification. This doesn't just apply to chicken. It applies to anything like beef, fish, and even regular foods we eat, like chips, bread, pizza, etc. In Islam, it is forbidden to eat pork, or anything with pork, which is pig's meat. This includes bacon, ham, and sausages. These are all haram foods, because they have pork in them. There are many foods that are haram, because they all include something that is forbidden to eat in Islam. So, when you go to the grocery store, you can look for food with halal certification, which should be a logo with the halal symbol on it, or you can ask your parents if a certain food is halal. This helps you make sure that what you're eating is good for you, and it's following the Islamic way. Aside from food, let's look at some examples in our everyday lives. If you're helping your parents, like in the kitchen for example, or cleaning your room, or sharing your toys with others. Those are all halal actions. These are things that make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala very happy. But if you're taking something that doesn't belong to you, or if you're being mean to your friend, those are examples of haram actions. We should never do things like this. Otherwise, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be very upset with us. Remember, choosing halal in every part of your life, like what you eat, what you say, and what you do, brings you closer to being a good Muslim. So, little friends, remember, halal is everything that is allowed in Islam, and haram is everything that is not allowed. By choosing halal, we make good choices that help us and please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that brings us to the end of today's video, kids. That was a really fun lesson, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did and learned something new today. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends and family so they can benefit from this information too. And don't forget to stay tuned for more. Until next time, goodbye, kids!